The story of Rosa Parks, the woman who sat down for justice. It was a quiet evening on December 1955, in the city of Montgomery, Alabama. A woman named Rosa Parks, tired from a long day of work as a seamstress, stepped onto a city bus to go home. Rosa was a calm, soft-spoken African-American woman, but on that night, her simple action would ignite a storm of change. In Montgomery, like many places in the South at that time, racial segregation was deeply rooted. Buses were divided. White passengers sat in the front, and black passengers were forced to sit in the back. If the bus filled up and a white person needed a seat, black passengers were expected to stand up and give up their seats. Rosa took a seat in the middle section of the bus, a neutral zone, where both black and white passengers could sit depending on space. As the ride continued and the bus got crowded, a white man boarded, and the bus driver told Rosa and 3 other black passengers to stand up and give their seats to the white man. The others stood up. But Rosa quietly refused. She wasn't shouting. She wasn't angry. She simply said, "No." When the driver threatened to call the police, she replied, "You may do that." And so, Rosa Parks was arrested. Her arrest wasn't the first of its kind. Other African Americans had also refused to give up their seats before, but Rosa's quiet courage struck a chord. She was a respected member of her community, and her action inspired leaders and citizens to organize a powerful protest, the Montgomery bus boycott. Led by a young and relatively unknown pastor named Dr. Luc. Martin Luther King Jr., the black community of Montgomery came together and refused to ride the buses for over a year, 381 days, to be exact. People walked to work, shared rides, or found other ways to get around. It was a peaceful but determined act of resistance. The boycott placed economic pressure on the bus system and drew national attention. Finally, in 1956, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that segregation on public buses was unconstitutional. The boycott ended, and Rosa Parks' act of quiet defiance became a historic symbol of the civil rights movement. Why Americans admire Rosa Parks. Rosa Parks is remembered not because she shouted or fought back, but because she stood up by sitting down. She showed that courage doesn't always look loud or aggressive. Sometimes it's quiet, firm, and full of dignity. Her story is taught in schools, honored in museums, and remembered every year as a reminder of how one small action can lead to great change. Would you like this story in the form of a short script or voiceover for a video?